Hey everybody, it's Gabby. I am here to show you how I do this to my hair, which is really the only way that I wear it aside from natural or like up, and how I tint my eyebrows at home, which I pluck them just like a regular person plucks them. I just also tint them. I show you how there's coffee grounds on the counter. Anyway, I show you how I map them to pluck them. I'm noticing like a little bit of a patch that my eyebrows grow a little bit weird. They grow a little bit differently than each other, so I definitely shape them close together rather than maybe their actual shape. So I do have a little bit of a patch right here that doesn't look like the hair is very full, so I might go back in and touch that little spot up. But yeah, I'll show you how I curl my hair, which is very easy. It's very simple. Yeah, and how I do my brows at home. But thank you guys for watching, and if any of that sounds interesting to you, then keep watching. All right, pretty people. So this is my hair after, what time is it? I don't have my watch on. I have no idea, and the power went out, so the clocks behind me aren't correct either. My computer's over there, but last I know, it was about 4 p.m. around that time. It's a Friday. I went into the office this morning, which most Fridays I don't go in, like in person. I usually do stuff at home, but we have some just wild stuff going on. That's okay though. So I went in for a few hours to assist, basically. And so I washed my hair last night, put the Not Your Mother's, I think it's the All Day Hair. I think All Day Hair is what it's called. All Day Hair Perfector. Yeah. And it's like basically like It's a 10, but the Not Your Mother's brand. So I put that in my hair. I woke up this morning. I brushed my hair, which I like slept with it out as it dried, but I use satin pillowcases, so I'm not too concerned about like my hair getting like super roughed up. Also, I care more when I'm wearing it natural and I'm not going to heat style it, but I am going to heat style it today. So I also added in this afternoon just a little bit extra of the all day hair 10 in 1, whatever it's called. Specifically like to this top layer of my hair. I'm looking at myself in the camera at the moment, or like in the screen. And so because, you know, it is the top of my hair, so when it's heat styled and it's just exposed to the elements more often, I feel like just needs a little extra protection. So I put some on the top and just on my ends again, even though I haven't done or used any hot tools on my hair. And yeah, so I'm gonna split it in half. No, I'm not. What am I doing? I'm not going to split it in half. I will probably, I don't know, I'll do like 3, sometimes 4 if I'm feeling really fancy. I'm not today. I normally like do this at the beginning of the week, and I have a mirror right here. That's what I'm adjusting, so it's actually like, I don't know, at my base. So I'm gonna go just like maybe like an inch above my ear and just slice back. I also like don't care as much about the bottom. I mean, I do. I really care that the ends have a little bit of a bend, but it's not something that's like noticeable. So I'm just gonna take this right up here and take my claw clip and do that. I want to apologize if the lighting changes. I do have a ring light that is on dim. I am sitting right in front of our big like it's a floor to ceiling window situation, or it's not quite the floor, not quite the ceiling, but most of the wall. I don't know. So the lighting is pretty good where I am normally, but it's been storming, so things fluctuate. I'm sorry. I have like a control on the cord that I can turn up the brightness of the light. So if it gets really cloudy, then I'll do that. But hopefully it's fine. So I have my hair down my one section, which, I can tell the world about, I believe I have a birthmark on my scalp or something, because only like about an inch of my hair, it kind of like looks like I have a bald spot right here, but yeah, only like a couple of inches of my hair doesn't pick up color near my scalp, and it's like the most bizarre thing. It's so weird. And I'm like, here's the other side, which is completely normal. And so, yeah, it looks like I have a bald patch, but there's literally hair coming from the bald patch. This is the 1 inch. Do not play with my cord. No. 1 inch curling iron. It's at 325 degrees. You are probably heat styling your hair too hot. I'm here to tell you that. You probably don't need it to be that hot. Turn it the fuck down. And especially if you are straightening your hair, slow down. Like, section your hair. You know, this is a bralette situation going on, so that's what you see. I'm splitting my hair down the middle, bringing it forward. And, depending on, I just guess, couldn't tell you about the size hair I take, but, I'll probably split this into 4 pieces. For this layer, yeah, I'm feeling good. They're like thicky, but not like yuck. So, yeah, I'll still get some good heat on there. I kind of just like brush it at the top a little bit, or like pass it, clamp it there, twirl. Open the clip, slide the hair down, twirl up the rest of the way. You'll be able to see it better on my like front sections. I try to leave like the very ends out, and there we go. She definitely like corally, but that's okay. I will like finger comb them out later. So I think very interesting. Almost like a fish or like a bird. Anyway, okay. So I curl everything the same direction most of the time, simply for ease. Like I kind of have my hair washing schedule sort of fudged up, and I normally like start the week with clean hair. And that didn't happen this week. I had washed my hair kind of like in the middle. I don't remember what I was doing or why I did it, but I had washed my hair sooner in between than normal, like a week or 2 ago. And so I've been kind of in a weird hair thing. Like a weird hair wash schedule where it doesn't really line up. And I curl everything in the same direction. So when I get up in the morning, if something like looks funny, I can just curl everything in the same direction. I often will like recurl my hair once, almost fully. If I'm going like 6 or more days with my hair curled, I can usually let it go for like the day I curl it and the day after without needing to touch it up at all. And then maybe the 3rd day I have to touch it up. And then usually by like the 4th day, if I'm doing something particularly important, I will recurl my, like, most of my head, if not my entire head. And I just put on more heat protectant and do it again. But that's not always the case. Sometimes I curl my hair once and I just continue to touch it up and it does pretty well. And yeah, I feel like this is it's a quick process once you get used to doing it. Like literally everybody says to everything, but you know what I mean. But I freaking love this curling iron. I don't know, it's just so good. Like it's so good. And that's, I didn't mean to wear a blue shirt today. That was not the intention. I just did, and so it kind of blends in. But these are like the curls that we were looking at. I don't know how well you can see them, but that was like the most recent one that came off. I'm gonna flip to the other side and literally do the exact same thing. And yeah, so I'm gonna do literally this to the next 2 layers, and I will be back with you for at least this side of the top. All right, so I have the 2 sections below curled, and now I'm on the top. I really don't do anything different that much except for like right in the beginning, or like right at the front of my face, but I figured I would just chat with you for a smidgen. Sometimes, depending on like how much hair I have in each section, I will do 4 or 5 like pieces of, or pieces of curls. 4 or 5 individual curls with the curling iron. Like the one in the middle was a heftier section, so I ended up splitting it into 5 sections. But the top, I'm just going to do 4. I think it's going to be fine and for 4. Also, every once in a while, I'll have like pieces of hair that just don't get curled. And I really, really do just a rough job of, especially when it's just like barely in the hair. I am a perfectionist when it comes to some things, but I feel like this allows me to have put together messy hair, which that's an oxymoron. I'm just a regular moron. But anyway. But yeah, it's really not special, but I figured I'd share it with you. Maybe somebody was interested. This is just another piece of hair that just didn't make it in. Dang, I feel like I don't normally, this is not like a normal occurrence for me to just miss like chunks of hair like that anyway. So this is when, be careful, like I would not do this. I've burned my forehead a couple of times. I'm not like pulling my hair. I'm just kind of holding it upwards and a little bit taut. I kind of like let go some when I'm not right at the root. I just do that because particularly on this side, I don't know like if it's classified as like a cowlick or what, but I just have like a weird part that kind of does this situation here. I don't know why. It just does it. So I just smooth that over. I definitely start, I feel like, I don't know, maybe a little bit higher up, but maybe it's regular. Just for the one that's like right by my face. I did have like money pieces, so I think that my blue goes up a little bit higher, but my root has definitely come down some. So yeah. So this is how we are looking. My freaking curling iron. I think I hit the button. I hit the button with my finger. So this one has a little bit of like a softer middle end than like a couple of the other curls do, but that's okay. And yeah, I actually have a harder time with curls staying quite so good on this side of my hair. I'm not sure why. They do better on this side, so maybe it's a good thing. But yeah, this is how we're looking currently. I'm gonna let them set. I normally like would do my hair in the morning and then do my makeup and just allow the curls to chill out without being like brushed out or finger combed through, so that way they do just have some time to cool in this position, and that way they can stay in this position longer, last me more days. But yeah, I'm going to go grab my eyebrow stuff and I will be right back. Okay, so here I am with my glasses on my head. My hair has grown, like in width. So, first things first, I'm gonna brush my eyebrows up. Wow, what a wild time. This is my mirror, and I might need to bring her closer, and I'm sorry, and I hope that, I'm glad it's not sunny, because I don't think you'll get blinded. So I'm brushing him up, you know, all fine and dandy. Okay. Whoa. So, okay, so I think that this is like maybe better for you to like actually see what I'm doing. And like, they're not like that terrible, but they're also not good. Here's some like really up close personal to my skin, but they're not terrible. I also have done a lot in I've grown my eyebrows out a lot, like from the, you know, overplucked stage that I feel like everybody was at once in their life, especially if you're like around my age, where like thin brows are like cool for like a little bit, and then yeah. So I've been doing this method. I've been doing my eyebrows at home or like myself for I don't know. I also don't know how old I am, so that's good. I said I was 31 the other day. 26. I told you about this. I have an age thing where I'm not good at it. I don't know why. But, I don't know. probably 2016, like late 2016, early 2017. I remember seeing it on Snapchat that this girl uses the Just for Men. I almost said brow dye. It's beard and mustache dye. It's already safe for your face. Don't get it in your eyes. Don't like tint your eyelashes with it. I don't even know how to do that, so don't ask me. But yeah, so this is gonna start with the mapping, and I have this, which is a little bit of a closer mirror. Also, Shannon might walk in a minute, so don't be alarmed if that happens. But I'm going to use a very dark color so I can very well see my lines and I don't pluck anything inside of those lines. So I'm going to look crazy is what I'm trying to say. But I take a brush or something and I go to the edge of my nostril and I match it up. I squish my nose because I do like my brows to come a little bit further in, and that's a personal preference, but typically for your face shape you should be okay with one of these keys. So I'm going to take my angled brush. I'm going to use Espresso and not black today. I'm taking you guys the terror that I put Dan through most of the time. So, oh yeah, Luna's right behind me. She's being a snoozy baloozy. So, if you see movement, it's her. So I'm going to mash my nostril in because it's me. And I'm just going to run my brush right there. I'm going to draw a very intense line, and I'm going to repeat on the other side. With beauty comes insanity. Next, I'm going to go with the outer line on my eyeball, like from the edge of my nostril up to like my lash line on my bottom eyelid. And I'm going to draw a hecking line because that's where my eyebrow should end. If we can see, my tail does not grow quite that long. That's okay. It's okay. That's what eyebrow pencils are for. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And just a beep-a-da-bop, a boobity-beep. There we go. I'm looking extra crazy. Next, I am going to go, I'm going to look forward and point the brush on the corner of my nose against my pupil, like the edge of my pupil. Please don't put it against your pupil. Don't put it on your eye, but you know what I mean. I'm going to have to do some lighting. Save the lighting. I have to start the PlayStation because I'm using it to power my light. Come on. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, that's better. That was very bright, but nose. Pupil, which is now smaller, but bear with me. I also know where the arch of my eyebrow is. I can see it. But that's kind of like the line that you want to follow, is looking straight on in the edge of your pupil, holding that brush very firm in that position. That's where your arch should be. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Match, like, corner of my nose, edge of my pupil. That's where my arch should be. So I'm going to do a hash slinging slasher there. And look crazy the whole time. But what I'm going to do now is literally fill in my eyebrow shape. I'm not going to like fully fill it in, but I'm going to outline it. Get my hash slinging slasher marks nice and very much there. And then I'm going to pluck my eyebrows like a regular person plucks their eyebrows. The hairs that are outside of the line, you're going. Alright, so as I mentioned before, I'm just outlining the shape of my eyebrows so that way once I go in with the magnified side of my mirror, I can really easily see what lines I should be plucking around and which ones I should be completely avoiding. now that my eyebrows are interesting and plucked, I'm going to mix my little dye together. I take the tube and I take about a pea-sized amount. And then I take the other tube. Oh, of course you can't see the blob. And then I do the same amount. Magic. And then I literally mix it together. And then I literally fill in the lines, which I know doesn't sound that hard. It's really not. If you know how to color, you can do this. Well, in theory. Don't not that you can pluck your eyebrows if you can color. But if you know how to use tweezers, you should be fine. The arch of your brow should, in theory, be the darkest part of your brow. It's where naturally the most of your hairs should grow if you have perfect eyebrows, which I don't. So I apply most of my product in the arches first and then kind of go back and forth. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm gonna just make sure I really hit my tail. Really hit my tail. And if I need to use my finger to clean it up, I do, which there's probably a better option, but. And if they're not dark enough, depending on what color you get, I don't even know what this is. I don't know. Probably like medium brown. I feel like that's normally what I go with, is the medium brown. If it's not dark enough in the first time, don't leave it on longer. Wipe it off and reapply it and leave it on for another 5 minutes. That's what the packaging says to do. Thunder. So I'm gonna listen to the package because it knows more than I do. And yeah, so I'll be back in 5 minutes in my bathroom. All right, so here I am with my very, very dark. Oh, I hope that it's not as messy when I take it off, but it might be. But my very dark eyebrows. I'm literally just gonna take some cotton pads and some warm water and buff it off. I think the instructions say, like, if you're using it for like your facial hair to really use like shampoo to get it out. I don't have a problem using just some like warm water, doing some circular motions to kind of really just scrub the product out. I will follow it with like another one that is also, or I was gonna say another clean one, but the first one is clean. It's just they now have product on them. So la 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 la. All right, we're looking pretty good. I'm not going to double tint them. Like I said, sometimes I do that if I'm really feeling like they're not perfect. I actually have a ring light right here, and they're looking pretty good. I'm definitely pleased with that for somebody who struggles with having lighter eyebrows, but I promise I have eyebrow hairs or they wouldn't be tinted. It can tint your skin a little bit, but I definitely find that for the most part the shape stays pretty well, at least for about a week or a week and a half or so, and then the oils from your skin can also cause things to live, or if you're using heavier oils or like heavily like kind of like greasy lotions and stuff on your face, which is great for hydration, but you just might have to tint your eyebrows a little bit more frequently. But with the cost being like $8 a box, that's definitely reasonable. So while I have you here, let's just do a good old hair shake, get some things raked out. Other side, and this is kind of the vibe that we got. I don't struggle too much with this really coming together as like one giant clump. It does stay pretty separate even though it's all kind of similar in shape. I know that some people do struggle with that, and if you do, I would just recommend using some texturizing spray. I don't know if it's, I do have some like a lot of hair, and I don't know if that's what it is. Like, if it's because my hair is kind of thick that I don't struggle with it. My hair naturally, when I wear it natural, is kind of piecey, so I don't know if that affects it at all. But yeah, this is the hair and my tinted eyebrows. But like, doing something like this, particularly at the beginning of the week, this will be great going into the weekend because it's not something that I'll have to do on Monday, aside from probably re-curl my hair, but my brows will be done. But doing something like this on a Sunday night would really just like empower me to be ready for the rest of the week. Just like, cool, I don't have to try too hard for my hair for at least a couple of days, and my brows are there when there's no brows there, which, like I said, if you don't struggle with light brows, then you don't understand. But yeah, thanks for coming along. I really appreciate you being here, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.